Hello everyone, and welcome to the CLE presentation on Artificial Intelligence and Civil Rights Online, Combating Digital Redlining and Algorithmic Discrimination. I'm presenting the CLE in March 2022. My name is Aisha Bandari, and I'm a Deputy Director at the Speech, Privacy, and Technology Project at the American Civil Liberties Union in New York. The law around artificial intelligence is rapidly changing, which is no surprise when you consider the pace of technological change. I aim in this CLE to focus on the effect of artificial intelligence technologies on civil rights and civil liberties. My focus will be talking about the ways in which the law has been evolving in the realm of civil rights and civil liberties to adapt to artificial intelligence. I'll describe several of the contexts in which the law is addressing AI and automated decision systems that affect rights, with a focus on transparency efforts and civil rights litigation, and I'll give an overview of key court decisions and enforcement actions relating to AI and civil rights. To kick things off, let's talk about what we mean by digital redlining or algorithmic discrimination. These terms aren't obvious, but they're becoming increasingly common. They're used in court decisions, in the media. So what does this mean? Well, first of all, I want to talk about what I mean by saying artificial intelligence. It's a very broad term. You could spend hours debating what constitutes artificial intelligence with people in different fields, but I'm using it here to mean essentially any automated decision system that involves human design, training, and data input choices, but which yields a result that is the result of an automated process. So, digital redlining or algorithmic discrimination is what happens when you've got an automated decision system or an AI system that is producing outputs. These outputs could be risk assessments, they could be eligibility scores, or they could be binary yes-no determinations. What I mean by this is you might set up an automated decision system or an ADS to tell you whether someone should get a certain benefit. You might set it up to tell you yes or no. This person should get the benefit or they should not get the benefit. You might set it up as an eligibility system. So it simply tells you, is this person eligible or not? And then another decision process, maybe a human decision maker, decides if the person in fact gets that benefit. Or you could set the system up to be a risk assessment, which maybe is less common in the benefits context, but for example, you might see, a system that says some person is at risk of, flight. You see this often in the bail context, in the criminal legal system. So that might be, a percentage score. It might be a high, medium, low probability. The main takeaway from this is that automated decision systems can be coded, can be designed and set up in a variety of ways to produce different types of answers. The human design, the thinking and the goals that go into an automated system should always be front of mind when we confront and evaluate what the systems are doing. One of the issues that comes up in this field is often an automated decision system might be seen to be giving a scientific answer to a human or complex social problem. But we often have to ask, what was the system intended to do, or what was the system asked to do? For example, if a system is asked to identify 50% of a population who should not be released from detention, and the system says 50% of the people that it considers are not eligible for release, we have to be very careful to understand it's not that there's some objective assessment that 50% of people were not eligible for release. It's that the problem the AI was asked to solve for was to identify 50% of people not to release. So those are really important front-end questions that we have to always keep in mind, that these systems are varied, they're complex, but they usually always start with a particular problem that a human is attempting to address and specific parameters.